These open ear earbuds are a totally different design and they sound pretty darn good. Let's check them out. Dave Taylor here, and I wear a lot of earbuds and a lot of headphones, and earbuds are going in your ear canal, so there's an inherent level of discomfort there. And headphones are nice, but the really comfortable ones are the ones that are over your ear, and they tend to be enormous. So they're not something you're going to wear when you go for a jog or a bike ride or something. Enter these. These are the OpenRock Pro open ear air conduction sports earbuds, and they're very different. As you can see, they look like they're going to maybe go in your ear, but they don't. They actually go around your ear. So I can put it on here, and you just sort of curl it around, and then it ends up where it's basically pointing. You can see here in this close-up, it's basically pointing towards the center of your ear, but it's not covering your ear. So there's a huge safety factor here. So it's really, really not fatiguing. If you're using these when you're like on an airplane, then you got some really nice things in terms of like having your air pressure balance in your ears. You don't have to worry about anything like that. They're perfect for gardening or working on your car, or of course, any sort of sports. Now, surprisingly, they actually have a lot of speaker going on too, even though they're not in your ear. So they're powered by dual 16.2 millimeter dynamic drivers, and they have something they call tuba bass, which gives you additional bass. So it actually has a surprisingly full spectrum sound reproduction. aptX adaptive. They're not going to be great for gaming with 120 millisecond latency, but that depends on what you're watching. They're certainly perfectly fine for watching YouTube videos and similar, because you got that latency, but it's down to 120 milliseconds, which means it's barely noticeable. Bluetooth 5.2 gives you a lot of range and a lot of reliable connection. The sort of breakup of connection and having one connect and the other one not, that's long past. That's the whole purpose of Bluetooth 5, was to solve all of that. Battery-wise, they are pretty big, so it's 19 hours of listening and call time, and then if you put them in these rather unique-looking case, then that gives you enough charge to give you 27 more hours. And you can see it's kind of a big charging case, but they're also kind of big earbuds. I'm not exactly sure that's the right name for them, but that's what they say. They have a surprisingly secure fit, so you can definitely wear these while going on a jog. And they're IPX5 waterproof, which means you can wear them while it's raining without a problem, or you can sweat a lot, but you can't wear them while you're swimming. But frankly, if you tried to wear them while you were swimming, they'd like float off anyway. So no immersion. Now, before I talk about the sound, I thought I'd put them on and give you a demo of the audio recording, because of course these also have built-in microphones, so you can use them for phone calls. So let's see, I got these all hooked up, and I've previously paired them with my iPhone. Let's double check that they're connected, and they are already connected. So let me let you see what I'm doing here. And we're going to go to voice recorder, and looks like we're good to go. So what you're hearing now is my voice as picked up by the OpenRock Pro open ear. I keep saying open air, but they're open ear air conduction sports earbuds. And they actually do a pretty darn good job with your voice too. So this is actually something that you could definitely be on phone calls with. And again, there's no ear fatigue at all. So let me stop this. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to stop that recording too. And so let's talk about the sound reproduction. Now, the first thing I noticed was that I did have to fiddle a little bit the volume control on iOS 17, the latest version of iOS. There was something about it where I had to go all the way to the bottom and then bring it up again, and then they got loud. Prior to that, I had them at what it thought was maximum volume, and they were pretty soft. So you might have to fiddle a tiny bit, but when you get them to the right point, they get pretty loud. They're not super loud. Even at maximum volume, they're are not going to be any risk of damaging your ears or anything, which is a plus. But if you're going to go for a run in a really noisy environment, you're going to get a lot more environmental noise than you're going to get the music coming out of your open ear earbuds. So I think that the trade-off here is that these are really cool in reasonably quiet environments. And having said that, I was really surprised by the quality of the music reproduction. It actually sounds really good. Now, I've listened to a lot of like bone conducting earbuds, which are similar designs, and they sound okay. Some of them sound pretty darn good, but these are really almost as good as having something in your ears, but not quite. Still, again, you know, the trade-off here is that they might not be quite as good in that regard, but when you put this on your ear instead of in your ear, you're so much safer when you're doing sports or you're outdoors, and you can obviously easily hear everything going on around you, including that car that's getting too close when you're on your bicycle. All of those sort of things, you'll never be surprised by anything. Now, because there's no earbuds, then what's in the box is also pretty modest. So there is a pretty decent sized user manual. There is a how to wear tip sheet. And there's also, what is this one? This one's warnings and cautions. That's what the lawyers insist they do. And then the only other thing in the box is a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. That's pretty easy to use. And then the actual charging case is what you put these in, and then it's USB-C for charging. And by the way, this charging case is weirdly light. It's like there's almost no battery in here, but there's plenty enough that you're getting 27 or 2 extra charges and 19 hours just off of these. So these are really interesting. It's a really cool design. If you're tired of having earbuds where you have no idea what's going on around you, these are a perfect counterpoint for that, and definitely worth checking out. You are going to have the trade-off of not having quite as much fidelity, but you will be surprised that they sound better than you think for something on your ear rather than in your ear or over your ear. So let's talk about the price. But before we get to the price, and let me clean up this mess here a little bit. So there's that, and the packaging's really nicely done. I'm going to put these back in the case so they can charge a little bit, and it's pretty easy to work with. Basically, you put the long piece in, and then the other one just fits in, close it up, and it's charging away. So these are the OpenRock Pro open ear air conduction sports earbuds, and they are $129.99, currently minus $10 on promo at Amazon.com for $119. If you're looking for some earbuds that are safe for you to use while doing sports or being in environments where you need to pay attention to what's going on around you, these are a solid choice. Now, before we leave, I'm going to also invite you to subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you found this to be of value. And if not, then leave a comment and tell me what you wish I would have demonstrated. That's all I got. These are actually a pretty slick deal, so I'm going to, I think, put them back on. Let's see, I have to think about it sometimes. I was like, well, let's see. So this one is right. And so you want to just make sure the silver part's facing out. So you do that. And then you just sort of roll it over your ears and then adjust them. And you're good to go. And that's everything. So that means I'll have to catch you in my next video.